What is going on, everybody? My name is Japheth, and thanks for tuning in to my first ever dirt bike race. This is on my 2001 Cr125, the absolute worst possible bike, probably for this specific type of race. Almost the entirety of the footage you see here is in first gear, and I'm still having to pull in the clutch. It was very close to probably somewhere between 85 degrees and 90 degrees this day, and my carburetor wasn't really tuned for it. The bike is running 32 to 1 and it is not extremely happy, but we were able to make it work. It was basically a rung what you brung situation. I did have a 250 that I wanted to build for off-road racing, but I did not quite have that done. So this is what I'm on. We are down here in South Dakota at Sioux Valley Cycle Club. This is a pretty fun, safe facility to do some racing if you're a newcomer. Not the craziest amount of people that show up here, but also some good competition with all different skill levels. We're running beginner class, which is basically the C class. All classes run at the same time, including 1 and 2 hour classes in this Harescramble. I'll be on the 1 hour run, and as you can see, there was quite a bit of moisture in the ground. It made the traction really good where the traction was really good. Typically this place is super dry and dusty and the ground is pretty hard, but today it was soft. You got a lot of traction except for when it was slippery, and you will see there were a few times it got slippery for me on this race today. To provide a little context, earlier this year in the spring on April 13th I did end up getting into a pretty bad motocross injury where I tore up a bunch of ligaments in my knee, including the ACL, which is slightly torn at the moment, but it is what it is. Decided not to get surgery, and about a month and some change later, on May 22nd, I put my leg back over the motorcycle and started riding again. Now this race takes place on June 23rd, so for those doing the maths, that's about exactly a month after I first started riding. Now between having a job and trying to rehab the knee but not push too hard and allow it to heal, I wasn't probably in the best physical condition I could be, as well as from a cardiovascular perspective I was doing probably about the bare minimum. But I wanted to get some experience in, so here we are. And the very first thing I noticed is just how much adrenaline and excitement can impact the first few minutes of your race. So although I was in, some amount of physical shape, none of that really matters when your heart rate skyrockets and you're pushing really hard and you're nervous and you're making mistakes and everything is compounding. It's very different. Nothing can prepare you for that excitement and for that feeling that you get when the race starts. At this point, watching this back and having a little bit more racing experience now, I've done a few more races. It's so funny to me to see just how complacent I am being behind this guy. There's many times he left the door wide open and I just did not take it. So it's a little frustrating to watch back, and anyone that has raced is probably screaming at their freaking TV right now. But, I was, coming off an injury where I had gotten ran over, so I was pretty timid being around other riders, and my main focus was to not hit anyone and also not get hit. But that being said, just the pure lack of aggression here is quite astonishing. Also, you'll notice that my biggest mistake in this Harescramble is never standing. I am just glued to that freaking seat. Now, in my defense, 01 Cr125, it's got a pretty soft, cushy seat. Not gonna lie, it's pretty comfy right there. But probably the biggest factor contributing to premature tiredness, and also me not having as much control and finesse on the bike that I could have, is me sitting down. I don't even see myself standing up hardly at all, which is a massive improvement that I've made up to this point. I still could work on it, but watching this back, I've noticed I've improved quite a bit in that area. Anyways, I'm going to let this footage play out. You guys can watch. I'll jump in from time to time to give a little narration on some instances. Other than that, though, thanks for watching. If you guys want to see some racing progression, hit that subscribe button, and I'll keep uploading. Just one thing I wanted to point out here for anyone that does AMA hare scrambles. Sioux Valley Cycle Club is not part of the AMA. They're 100% independent, so they do not have to abide by anything that the AMA or any district lays down. To explain the way the hare scramble works, these markers almost always indicate the inside of a turn, meaning you always have to go to the outside of them. There are also gates, meaning 2 markers that have straight arrows like the one I just went through. You always have to go between them. This is a huge contrast from D23 Minnesota AMA hare scrambles, where they basically say 20 feet from the inside of the track is where you have to be. This, you are supposed to turn around and go around the markers if you miss one. So again, always going on the outside of each marker, but on the inside of these gates. And what you see in here has just completed 1 lap. So from now on, I'm going to skip around for the highlights, but that was 1 lap around this course for today. Sometimes you just gotta give the old girl a stern talking to and she'll fire right up. But anyway, that was the point where I kind of considered my race to be over. It was super hot out and it was a little bit of a valley there almost, and the wind just was not hitting me. That hot bike just radiating heat. I was definitely overheating. I never fully recovered from that. I felt tired from that point on, and like I wasn't able to push to my fullest extent. I just had a really hard time recovering after that. Also, it was extremely demoralizing seeing all of those people that I had worked pretty hard to pass go right by me as I was quite literally standing still. But that's racing. That's what I get. That's what I get for tipping a carbureted bike upside down and having to pick it up. It got extremely flooded, and oh man, that feeling when you bump start your bike and it does not go. Oh man, that's a tough break right there. But anyways, we push on. We still got a race to finish.
Recover.
I can do one more lap. That I got. Oh my gosh. And just like that, the race is over. Ended up getting 5th out of 9th place in our class, which is quite surprising considering how long I went down. I think it was like 2 minutes or something that I lost when my bike wouldn't start, plus the collateral with me being tired and everything. But the important thing is I finished right in front of Levi, who got 6th place there. He was dealing with riding too efficiently and not riding fast enough, and that's why he did not place very well. If you guys are interested in watching the progression, go ahead and subscribe, and you guys will see some more cool milestone videos like this one. So until then, we'll see ya. I unplugged my kill switch.
No way.
Mid-race?
Yeah.
See me stall on the start?
No?
That was so bad.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was mad.
I rode terrible. Absolutely terrible. I sat down the whole time.
I got progressively better the whole time.
I got significantly worse. But I was putting in a crazy charge at the beginning. I was like trying to win, dude.